Okay, I'm going to show you how to make a Spanish mackerel or king mackerel rig. Pretty much the same thing with off the pier. So, you got your 7 strand, 30 pound. Some people use 40, other people say 40 is no good. It's all personal preference, I think. So you got your 7 strand. You get yourself a little segment, probably about a foot to a foot and a half. I'm just using a little one just as a test leader, so save a little wire. Even also, tin snips work better than scissors. That's the truth right there. And I'll put that on the side. So we got size 4x treble hooks. I'm using DMCs. They've worked for me. I've caught tarpon with them, or a tarpon with it, and so I'll stick with it. Other people like brass hooks. I don't know which brand, but I've noticed other people use brass instead of these like nickel plated hooks. So you get the hook, and I know it's hard to see, but you put the wire through the loop and do a figure 8 knot. And I'll show you how to do that in a sec, or just a better example of that in a second. And you get that, run it through, cinch it down. The 7 strand, pretty much the friction of the 7 strand against 7 strand will keep it together. Some people say they prefer overhand knots. I just like figure 8 knots just because it's what I know. And then you just do the same for the swivel. These are small, non-reflective, I think 55-pound test swivels. I can't remember, it's been a while, but you want to use the smallest swivels possible, because if you're fighting a big king and then the Spanish notices a shiny little swivel, they'll cut you off, and that's pretty awful. And there you go. Pretty much just trim off the little tab ends. You do have to watch out when you're handling this later. The tabs are sharp. And there you go. A one king / Spanish mackerel rig. They both work the same. I've caught the size 4 hooks just small enough for Spanish and big enough for king, so it works for me. Okay, well, I'll show you. And I forgot to say, if you're using something like a gotcha and you've lost a few already and the Spanish are biting heavily, you can also use wire. Just the same knots work the same. If not, you can use a heavy mono. I think this is 50 pound. I prefer fluoro, but mono works also. Just use a uni knot because it's such thick material. But with the mono out, let me show you how. I'm off frame again. Let me show you how to do the figure 8 knot. So you go through, you come over, make a loop, go under line, and then you come back over that original loop, run the line through it. So you got the figure 8 right there, and then you just cinch it down, and there you go. You got a figure 8 knot. Of course, I would not recommend this personally for anything other than 7 strand, but that's about easy as it gets. There's not much besides that. So just remember, I mean, there are other methods where you could use like haywire twist with single strand, but 7 strand just no hassle with it, so that's what I prefer. Again, it seems to be all personal preference. So I hope this helped you guys out.